Well, that didn't take too long. Hello everyone, I'm Barry, and I say we play a game. Now don't worry, it is not one of Jigsaw's games, but it is about Telanthric's game, so I mean some people would argue they're about the same thing, but just as torturous. But anyways, the game is simple. If you had to guess how many games Telanthric has made, how many would you guess? The most of you, I can tell, immediately just said, oh, well of course Barry, it's 4. Well, don't be too confident, okay? Let me give you some multiple choice, alright? You have A, which is 4, B, which is 5, C, which is 7, and D, which is 15. Now I'll give you a couple seconds, and it's 15. So to the people who picked D, congrats, you picked a big number. I know it is shocking. 15 games he has made. Now, yesterday I talked about how Telanthric has been desperate for the last couple of months by slinging stuff at the forbidden non-stick wall of Robux, and many of you rightfully mentioned his failed Bed Wars clone thinking I forgot it, but I didn't actually forget about it. I just wanted to focus on the more post-Toilet Tower Defense games and not so much the pre-Toilet Tower Defense games, because, for example, he made this Halloween game. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. Doesn't that look fun? So obviously I wasn't going to count that because that was before Toilet Tower Defense, but I thought that it was just Swords RNG and Brain Rot TD, since those are the two games that he's talked about, but it got way worse. From the beginning of this year, which is way after Toilet Tower Defense, he has actually made 6 games, if we include Squid Tower Defense, which already got delayed. But if we include that one, it's a total of 6 games. He has made a game called Apocalypse Growing. He has made a game called Vampire Slayers. He's made a game called Grow an Egg, and then obviously we have Brain Rot Tower Defense, Swords RNG, and Squid Tower Defense coming out. But, like, what the heck is Grow an Egg? What is Vampire Slayers? What is Apocalypse Growing? Like, he just threw these out. He never even talked about them on his channel. He just threw them out there, which is kind of crazy. He's just really chasing this money. It's, like, way worse than I thought. He just threw them into the void to see what came back. Desperation is what was in the void. And funny enough, a lot of you actually pointed out in the last video as well that you were unsure as to why he's making so many games when his track record has left so many games to die off completely. I mean, this is like the definition of insanity. Brain Rot Tower Defense got completely dropped. Swords RNG got dropped as well. So anybody who spent any Robux, well, sucks to suck, loser. No more updates. Vampire Slayers is done. Apocalypse Growing is also Jover. And Toilet Tower Defense is dead. It actually just updated today, and it had 10,000 concurrent players when it updated, and then after, a whole 2 hours later, it has 11,000. It got 1,000 players from an update. Insane. So the question I have for Telanthric is, why would anyone support any of your games going forward if you've dropped so many games like you just don't care? I really don't know what's confusing. If you take one look at Toilet Tower Defense's Discord or even Telanthric's own comment section, you have a bunch of people saying to fix Toilet Tower Defense, to make Toilet Tower Defense better. And yet, what does he do? He says, I'm going to drop Toilet Tower Defense. Like, it still updates, but he's barely giving it his all. He's not trying to evolve or change it. He's not making a Toilet Tower Defense 2, which I think to me is the obvious answer. I mean, the series is still popular on YouTube. It still gets like 30 million views on episodes. Like, that's still a good show, like, analytically wise. And that's not even a word. But it's still popular. The audience still watches. Toilet Tower Defense players want you to fix the game. And I just don't get it, because let's face it, when Toilet Tower Defense came out, it was a mess. It was patched together, the hub looked awful, the units were awful, things were unpolished like crazy, the game got taken down, came back, and they fixed a lot of the stuff and made it a little bit better. And now, you have the opportunity to make it way better, but they don't. And I recognize that I am suggesting yet another game, but in fairness, you cannot put this on me, because this was suggested a long time ago. This isn't new. Even Bemmy suggested it. Bemmy wrote a list of things that they could add in a second game. I had a bunch of stuff in it. I'm not going to spoil any of it because it's still in the partner chat, so I can't talk about that. But it had a lot of suggestions in it, and people loved the ideas. Almost all the partners loved the ideas. And you know what they did? This was a year ago. They've done nothing. They have done actually nothing. So instead, he'd rather waste his time on a bunch of games that nobody asked for, which is purely designed to get into the Roblox algorithm. But guess what? It's not going to happen, because as someone eloquently said in the last video, Telanthric has got to let it go at some point. Toilet Tower Defense is dead, and his new monstrosities are failing. The Masked Clown. And I agree. I don't think a second game should exist anymore. I feel like Telanthric has proven that he couldn't handle it right, even if God came down and helped him. And now some words for Telanthric on behalf of us fellow life forms. You cannot catch lightning in a bottle twice, especially when you broke the bottle. And that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow I will be talking about something else, but thank you so much for the support on the last video, and I'll see y'all next time.